Kicked it all off for the boys.
Heart 90s.
And this summer they played 2 shows at Wembley Stadium this August. It's great to catch up with Nicky and Shane on Zoom, as you have to do in 2021. It's been a while since I've spoken to them. Asked how they were doing.
We're doing really good, thanks, considering the year everybody in the world has had. Well, you know what? It's I think you got to take the positives out of everything, and the light at the end of the tunnel hopefully is finally kind of coming towards us fast now. And this is what this announcement's all about. We already had one Wembley that we were supposed to do last year, which was moved to this year. We didn't think that might happen again this year at one point, but it is happening. And Marie is going to be with us that night, and All Saints, and it just feels like we can get out and live our lives again, and go from there.
We're in a good place as a band, and we haven't seen each other, but we've seen each other more now on Zoom, and probably talk more than we ever did on WhatsApp and stuff like that. So it's been a very interesting year, but we're definitely glad to be coming back to work.
Shane, this is massive. I mean, you have never played Wembley Stadium.
No, we've never played Wembley Stadium, Kevin, and it's something we've wanted to do our whole career. We've always said, will we ever play at Wembley Stadium? And 22 years later, we're playing our first Wembley Stadium, and now we're second Wembley Stadium, which is even better. So it's like a total weekend, a Westlife weekend in Wembley. It's going to be it's 3 W's.
I want that T-shirt, I really do. More chat with Nicky and Shane from Westlife on Heart 90s Breakfast. Let me know if you're listening in. If you're a huge fan, you can tweet at Heart 90s or get in touch on the Heart 90s Facebook page. Here's M People. And let's go and talk about another huge selling band.
Heart 90s.
From Ireland. I mean, huge. And this summer then, Nicky and Shane and the Westlife lads taken to the stage at Wembley Stadium. And look, it's going to be quite an emotional, special one, isn't it, Nicky?
Can you imagine you raised me up after the year that's been, or Flying Without Wings, in Wembley Stadium in front of all those people? It's going to be pretty epic.
And the other exciting thing about these shows, Shane, you are all dads now. All 4 of you are dads. So the family area backstage surely is going to be enormous.
That's why we're playing the second Wembley, just for the kids. It is. It's amazing, Kevin. And I think the whole thing around this time coming back, since 2019, it's been a kind of like a rebirth of Westlife. It feels like we're starting again. It feels like we're doing the most exciting gig ever of our career, but it's 22 years later, Well, yeah, it's amazing to have our 10 children going to be there, and they're all going to see their dads playing Wembley Stadium. Like, that's a memory that, they're never, ever going to forget, and something very exciting for them to look forward to. And for us as dads, looking down and, we're getting to see our kids enjoying Westlife, which is the most proud feeling for us as fathers.
It's going to be so emotional. All right, more chat with Nicky and Shane on the way, and I've got the big song from Friends for you next.
This is
this week, which I appreciate. Lovely to hear from you, and obviously I got the chance to catch up with Shane and Nicky, and I had to ask them about, well, they've had some looks, some incredible fashion. Will we get to see some of those outfits on stage at Wembley?
Well, look, obviously there was a few dodgy outfits back in the day. Like, we were wearing the flares back then, the flares were back in fashion. It's not like we were 6'4" either, so I don't know how we thought we could pull that off. And we all had little work boots on and caterpillar boots. And
we're dressing up as Simon Cowell.
That is so true. That is so true. Also supporting you in one of the shows, All Saints Shane are going to be there.
Do you know what? I was just playing Never Ever the other night for my daughter Nicole. It's such a great song. It's just such an iconic song. I think this whole night is about nostalgia. And then Anne-Marie as well. Dad's pretty cool right now. Anne-Marie is our special guest. She's very excited about that.
Stepping out on stage, that's actually going to be a pretty emotional moment for you all and for the audience as well.
I think you're right. I think, for us, selfishly, it's one of the most amazing things, if not the most amazing thing we'll ever do. We were lucky enough to play Croke Park, our own national stadium here in Ireland. Never did Wembley, so this is a big one for us.
Listen, Shane and Nicky, good luck with Wembley Stadium. We cannot wait. So good to get you on Heart 90s. I need to play Flying Without Wings. Shane, what does this song mean to you?
This song is just everything that Westlife means, I think, and this song in general for coming back after this whole pandemic, it's an amazing song lyric-wise. Will express how everyone's feeling on that night. So this is the song I'm looking forward to probably singing the most at Wembley Stadium. So Kevin, you better be there, and you better be singing it nice and loudly and put a big smile on your face.
I will be there. Cannot wait. Nicky, Shane, thanks for joining me on Heart 90s. Cannot wait. See you at Wembley. See you there.
Cheers, Kevin.